Suck your gut in there, soldier. I detect a Civil War myth on the way.
Sir, that's correct, sir! I'd like you to picture the following in your head. In the Civil War, the main thing they used for all their cannons and their guns was black powder, but the Confederate Army was running out of black powder towards the end of the Civil War and so decided to design a steam-powered machine gun, sir!
Well, hold on a second. Haven't we already been down that road with steam cannons? They didn't work too well.
Sir, that's correct. We did build a steam cannon, sir, but this is not a cannon powered by pressure. This is a machine gun powered centrifugally by a spinning disc that flings the projectile like a slingshot out of the gun. It's up to us to build one, sir.
Gee, that sounds like fun.
Stand easy, Private Savage. There's a graphic coming. Modern machine guns work using explosive force to fire bullets at a rapid rate. But incredibly, this Civil War gun worked more like a slingshot. A slingshot uses centrifugal force to propel a projectile. Replace the sling with a barrel, and add them with a steam engine, and you've got yourself the mythical steam machine gun.
You know, machine guns are complicated. This is going to be a tough build.
Yeah, and right now there are way too many unknowns. We don't even know if this thing existed, let alone if there are any plans, if it was ever used in battle, or if it was just some propaganda machine.
Yeah, we can't just go inventing something. We need more information about it.
More facts is what I've got for you, because the researchers have gotten us a Civil War expert specifically on this gun. I'm going to go talk to him, find out what he knows, and that should give us a real leg up to getting started.
Okay.
Down at Fort Point, in the foggy shadow of the Golden Gate Bridge, Adam meets Civil War weaponry expert John Lamb, who hasn't just heard of the mythical device, he's studied it.
Tell me about this thing. Tell me everything. Tell me everything.
The most important place to start is the wine and steam gun did exist. It's a real device, it did exist.
And he's brought along the original plans to prove there's nothing mythical about this gun. Which begs the question...
Now, can you tell me how it actually worked?
The best way to describe it for you is a barrel with the opening at the top, and then it comes down in a curve and goes out like this. So as it turned around, it would snap one piece of shot out, keep going, do another.
How lethal was this thing? And how fast could it fire?
That's the big mystery. There are accounts saying it was tested and it seemed to be really deadly. There are others that say it never worked and nobody could prove it. So that's a big mystery.
So now that Adam and Jamie know the gun existed, their task is to build it and get to the bottom of the disparate accounts of how effective it was. And back at HQ, they begin by brainstorming to bring the original plans back to life.
Make some sort of a union that has the actual...
Like two blocks, basically, holding everything in rotation.
Over an hour of mind-boggling tech talk later, one thing's apparent. This isn't going to be easy.
You know, Adam, I think we need to break this down into the discrete parts.
They finally get to grips with their mammoth task by boiling it down to 4 key components. The gun barrel.
Oh, okay, so it's the business end is a curved barrel there.
Yeah.
A method of feeding ammo into the gun.
We're going to use a hollow axle to feed the ammo in.
Right.
A motor to spin the gun barrel.
The first thing that comes to mind for me is an air tool, you know, impeller.
Yeah.
And easiest of all, steam to power the motor.
Why don't we get a water heater?
Which leaves just one question.
What are we going to use for ammo?
I think we should go with steel balls.
This is going to be terrifying. Good. We got a plan.
I totally agree. Let's get to it.
So, after a Category 5 brainstorm, the guys have a plan, which looks a lot like this. 2 water heaters will generate steam, driving 2 motors. These, in turn, will spin the curved gun barrel at 2,000 RPM. A clockwork ammo feeder will drop the ball, and the centrifugal force will fling it out the barrel. At least, that's the theory. Because, as this glimpse into the future confirms, this ballistic build will test the team's engineering skills to the limit.
I've never heard anything like that.
And provide another frightening example of just how dangerous being a Mythbuster can be. But all that's for later. First up is the spinning, flinging heart of the steam machine gun, the curved barrel. Unlike the Confederates, Jamie has access to some impressive 21st century technology. But throughout the process, the guys plan to stick to the Civil War specs.
Well, so far so good. This is actually coming together quite nicely. I got to say, while it doesn't look like a gun barrel, it's actually really quite terrifying because this weighs maybe 20 pounds or so, and it's going to be spinning at thousands of RPM. It's just horrifying. Adam, check this out.
So the bullet goes in there and comes out here.
It's working.
That is so cool.
Now imagine that spinning at 33 times a second, and you can see why this ballistic build is making everyone nervous.
Yeah, I know it's fun. Let me get back to work.
During the Civil War, the Confederates, spurred on by dwindling gunpowder stores, designed and built a steam machine gun. But did it actually work, and what was it capable of? Questions Adam and Jamie intend to answer by building their very own steam machine gun.
That is so cool.
Jamie has completed the crucial curved gun barrel, and he's welded it into the heavy-duty frame.
Oh, that's lovely.
What they need now is a motor to drive it.
This is an air impact wrench, and because we're making a steam machine gun, I figure a good place to start is to use an air impeller, an air motor.
Driven by compressed air, it's perfect, because after they incorporate it into their design, they can simply replace the air with steam power. Before that, they want to take it for a quick spin, so Jamie guns the machine gun.
That feels great. It's totally balanced.
And the slingshot gun barrel flings into action.
What can I say? It's working perfectly. This thing is smooth as it could possibly be. It's really scary.
To cut down on the scary factor, Adam cuts a steel safety collar. It encircles the barrel of the gun, ensuring the bullets can exit in just one direction. And that means the guys are on track. The barrel is spinning smoothly, and the motor is firing at the target speed. The next component in this beast of a build is Adam's ammo feeder.
This right here is the clockwork that will pace out the bullets being dropped into the barrel.
So, this complicated clockwork design can be dialed to drop the ammo into the rotating barrel at just the right moment. If it works, the bullet will be flung with maximum speed and in the correct direction.
It may look like a simple clockwork, but I think of it as a map of the most complex clockwork, like the planets. It is not a planetary gear, but I think of it as a planetary gear because each thing, like a planet, moves in its place and goes where it should. It is not only a map of the planets, it is also a map of the atom. In this way, the microcosm is the macrocosm, and phylogeny recapitulates ontology. I call it my orrery.
After finding his lost marbles, Adam adds his masterpiece to the rig.
This is real. It's working now.
Which means the guys are ready to put the steam into their steam machine gun.